What's up, guys? It's oNerdd. Today, this looks a little bit different, doesn't it? It's because this is my all-time favorite game, and it's called Super Smash Bros. Melee. Have you heard of it? Let's see if it does the opener. Maybe not, because I have settings for this emulator. Yes. So, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Here it is. This is, no, this is a bunch of garbage. Don't care about that. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Came out in 2001. Played this game the year it came out. No lie. I have save files on my GameCube memory card. Yes. GameCube memory card. If you guys are old enough to know what a GameCube is, then pretty sure you probably played this game because it is one of the all-time best games on the GameCube by far, easily the best. But no, it's a very, very good game. Super technical, super hard to be really good at. I recommend that you watch some professional Melee players because yes, it is an esport. It's actually kind of dope, not gonna lie. Really cool. But we're just gonna do an all-star match to kind of just show off the game. We're gonna play Falco. We'll do normal difficulty. Playing it on really hard, basically it makes playing it on super easy. Let's go this way first. Super easy, the shines kill really quickly and you take like hardly any damage and knockback. If you play on the hardest setting, very hard, pretty much you do no knockback, and pretty much every time you get hit, you're like wrecked. So normal and easy is about as close to the normal game as possible. But the point of All Stars is you choose a character, and then it puts you on random stages, and you just fight the bosses. It's actually very simple to do. It's very straightforward. Nothing difficult at all. Go like this, kick him around, shoot some lasers. I can grab an item. Kill him with an item. There we go. Didn't take any percent. But the point is you want to take as little damage as possible because you progress with the same percentage. And I'm not going to get into how percentage works, but this little stage right here is the warp stage in between each opponent. And like the little head here, right above this guy, it's Fox, which is a clone. Or Falco's a clone of Fox. Fox is the original. Falco does a little bit more damage than Fox does. But, this is a very, very difficult game to explain to people that have never heard of this game. But you have basic attacks. A, you do punches, as you can see. B, you have your special attacks, which you get a laser. And then, depending on which way you click the joystick, you do different attacks. And they're different directions. Those are all normal attacks, and then you have smash attacks, which are using A and the joystick together. Or if you know what a GameCube controller looks like, you got the C stick, which does them automatically. And then same thing with the B. You can go side to side. You can go up, and that's you use up and the B button to recover because that gives you the most vertical recovery. And how stages work, as you saw, is it's usually in the center of the map or the center of the screen, and then the two sides. You basically, the objective is to knock your opponent to the edge of the screen until they go past the blast zone and they die. And that's that right there's the down B. The reflector, which is probably the best, what do you call that? Best thing in the game. I'm just multi-shining a little bit. But there's a lot of more technical pieces to this game, like what I'm doing right now. This movement is called dash dancing. It's where you just dash from one side, like that, to the other, just very quickly. So you're just like slapping the joystick back and forth until you go like super quick like that. And then that right there, that was called a wave dash, where when you jump, there's like a full jump, which is that, and then there's a short jump, short hop. It looks like that. And then while you're in midair, you can click the L and the R buttons, which on the ground, they make shields, as you can see. And you can roll out a shield, you can roll around, and you can sprint, but that's kind of slow movement. Because basically what a wave dash is you short jump, it's a short jump, and then you angle towards the ground in a direction you want to go, kind of like this. And then as you're doing that, you click the not the jump button, the left bumper, which is the button I use the most to wave dash. And you just, like that, towards the ground, and then you get kind of like a slide. And then as you get better at it, you can see that it leaves like a little bit of dirt behind it. And your guy kind of like slides. And if you add that with dash dancing, you can kind of like flex basically around the stage. It's pretty unique, right? And then as you're doing this, at any point you can just like come out of it and instantly start attacking. And then you just go right back into it again. And it's very quick. See? But what I'm doing with each of these attacks, because normally if you hit the ground with an aerial attack, you have a bit of hit stun, right? So you take a little bit and then you can move. But if you click the L button upon hitting the ground, you basically cancel it out and like cut the frames of being in hit stun by half. And I'm saying a lot of things that don't make sense, like hit stun and frames. If you can see in the top left, there is a frame counter and the FPS, roughly around 60 frames per second. It'll probably dip a little bit while I'm playing some of these stages because they're kind of extensive a little bit, unnecessarily. But you can see there's also a frame counter. So there'll be 60 frames per second, mostly. And you can see there's 1 frame of lag there back at the beginning when I first started. But basically, each one of those frames is a movement. So that right there, I'm doing this in about 30 frames a second, which is very quick. But it's possible. Shine, the hitbox on a shine comes out on frame 1. So, and you can instantly jump out of it on frame 2. So, pretty much that's the combo game of Fox and Falco, because Melee is, in essence, a combat game. You want to kill your opponent. But yeah, that's pretty much the basics of the of what Melee is. I will leave a link down in the description of a useful YouTube channel. One of them will be the Smash tutorials, I think, Super Smash Brothers Melee tutorial or something like that. But they kind of teach you basic things of how to play the game and what the game is, and kind of the wordage, the verbiage of the community. And then I'll probably link some other stuff, some other text that they don't have, and some explanations of what everything is. But yeah, with that, I think we can kind of get into it, because that's pretty much the gist of what's happening. So pretty much what the All-Stars is you want to do is you want to do the entire thing as fast as possible, and take as little percent as possible. You don't want to die. So, here we go. Fight number 2 against Fox. But pretty much, you're just going to mix around. Also, I forgot there is a grab, which is the Z button. It's a little purple one on the back of the controller. Oh, I took 10%. That's not good. And stages have ledges right there, and you're invincible on those ledges. So, use those to your advantage, as you'll see me do a few times. But I really enjoy this game. It's one of my all-time favorite games. It's one of the games that I've gotten really good at very early on in my life. So, the game came out in 2001, right? Oh, jeez. There's a bit of some lag there. Pretty bad one. But, like I said, some of these stages will do that more than others. But, game came out in 2001. I played it a lot with my brother and my sister. I was way better than both of them at it, and they didn't like playing the game with me. So I just played against bots. Basically what I'm doing right now, I played it all the time. And this was the character, actually, that I... also, if you're playing the emulator, side note here, if you're using the emulator, don't pick up trophies, because sometimes it crashes the client. Don't know why, but it does. So be careful with that. That's why I'm not picking them up. But you see these little guys right here. These are hearts. This gives you like 100% decrease in your health. And you only get 3 of them through the entire match. So you got to use them sparingly. But back to what I was saying. So I played against bots. I pretty much did this. This stage right here is the laggiest stage of all of them. So I'm going to get through it as fast as possible. Sorry that you guys had to witness this, but it's a very terrible stage. There we go. Got through it. Don't know why that stage is so laggy. It's just a really terrible stage. I don't get it. But, what was I saying? So I played against bots. I played All-Star, Classic Mode, Events. I played all those things. I played the Versus match. Played against bots, level 9 bots. Got really good at it. Didn't realize there was technical aspects to the game, so I just did stupid stuff where I just do this. And I, like, kick at them. And I would never use Reflector because I didn't know what it did. So I would just, basically, this is how I would play the game. Not that, but I would just throw, I was gotten really good at sniping people with the objects, the boxes and things like that. But in competitive melee, you're not allowed to use those. So that's only kind of like in the single player aspect of the game. But so I got really good at the very basic level of the game, really, really basic gameplay, and I was very good at it. I was good at spacing before I knew what spacing was. So, what was it, about 2007? Actually, I kind of stopped around 2005 whenever I sold my GameCube and started playing the Xbox a lot more. So, I stopped playing basically for a while. And I kind of quit playing it because Brawl came out in 2008, and I was like, Melee and Brawl are basically the same, because at the time, I didn't know how to play the game, so they really were just like the same level of good, and Brawl is terrible. Don't play Brawl. Don't recommend it. Not a good game in my opinion. This is another fairly laggy stage, so I'm sorry that you guys had to feel this lagginess, but this emulator is pretty garbage when it comes to some of these stages. Get him there, get you off the stage. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and kill off Mewtwo real quick here. There we go. But yeah, I wasn't very good at it, so I sold it. I played Brawl a little bit, didn't really enjoy it. Then, about 2013, the revival of Melee, actually, in reality, when Melee was first. See, I'll go ahead and get rid of all of that. Sorry, I think it's like 200%. I don't know how much those actually give you, but anyways, it was the revival of Melee, year 2013, Evo 2013. Wasn't necessarily the first competitive Melee I've watched. I watched a few before that. I was kind of like, oh, Melee's something's different than what I remember playing Melee. It was a lot faster, and these guys were really good. So I was like, huh. And then I watched Evo 2013. Mango dominated. Mango, by the way, is a Falco and Fox main from Southern California. One of my all-time favorite players. Actually, he is my favorite player to watch. But basically, he opened the door to being a more technical game. And so I was like, oh, this is so good. But I didn't have Melee, right? Because I sold it. And this is when Melee got really expensive because they stopped making it. So it's like $80 to buy it from nowhere. There's only like 2 sellers on eBay or whatever. And I didn't want to spend $80 for it. So instead, what I found was Project M, a Brawl mod. Not really going to go into details for that, but it's a good mod if you have Brawl. You cannot, as of today, or as of like beginning of 2016 actually, you cannot get Project M off the internet. You have to download it from somebody, which I do have copies of it. I have the 0.5 and is it 5 and 6? Yeah, I have version 5 and 6, so 3.5 and 3.6. So if anybody does want those, if you know who I am, and whatever, I do have those files that I can copy and give to you. I don't really feel like charging you. I mean, if you need an SD card, it will charge you for the price of the SD card, but that's about it. But anyways, yeah. So I got Project M, and basically it's a Brawl mod it's a mod for Brawl to make it feel more like Melee. So then I started playing more technically, learned how to wave dash, learned how to L cancel, learned how to do some general combos, and got really good with Fox and Falco. I also liked Captain Falcon. He's kind of like my pocket character. But I'm actually really good with just about every character. But really, that opened up my ability to be good at this game was 2013 Evo, and then playing Project M for a while, and then one day my parents went flea market shopping or whatever, and they found Melee, and it does work for the Wii, in case you're wondering. So they brought it home, and they're like, "Yo, $25 for Melee. We heard you liked it," and I was like, "Yes." I was actually super happy. Put it in, played it. I got all of the trophies and achievements and stuff because I still had the memory card and some of the GameCube games. No, I didn't have any GameCube games, but I did keep the memory cards because in case I ever wanted to, because we had a Wii, so you could use the memory cards on Wii. So we did have some of the games that were like GameCube exclusive. Didn't really play them a lot, like Mario Kart, Double Dash, Mario Party. Basically, that was it, I think. And like Luigi's Mansion, I think was the other one. But we played those. And, yeah, I got Melee. I played it. The saves were kind of old, so I made a new save. Re-unlocked all the characters. Kind of did all that nonsense. And then, actually, I still have the copy of Melee sitting right here on my floor. It's right there. And then from then on, I've been watching competitive Melee and following that scene since then. I highly recommend, if you enjoy fighting games, to partake in Melee. And if you have a computer, you can get an emulation for Melee using the Dolphin emulator. But I did not tell you you could do this. It's technically illegal to download the games off the internet because it's like copyrighted or whatever. So you have to own a copy of the game already. But they don't require proof, but be safe and own a copy of the game. And then you can download it and install mods and all that other nonsense and whatever you feel like doing with the game after that point. But if you feel like getting more technical into the game, I do recommend it. I love this game because it's so technical and so fast-paced. This is another laggier stage just because it's so big. And it doesn't help that there's 3 people on this stage. I'm going to try and do this without getting hit because taking damage is not a good thing. There we go. Did it. No percent taken. Woo! So yeah, that's basic story of the game that I am currently playing and enjoy a lot. I've gotten very good at it. Beat all my friends consistently, which is kind of unfortunate because that's the best way to play is against friends. But I should go to tournaments and I should partake. See, this is a good stage. Not a whole lot goes on in this stage. And there's 3 very odd characters that I had to fight. Oh my gosh, that was close. Jeez, these guys are punching me right now. I don't even know how to hit them. There we go. Got him. All right, I need to take another one of those hearts. So, yes, I'm very good at this game. I love this game. Fantastic game. One of the all-time best games ever made. Made in 9 months, by the way. They made this game in 9 months. And they didn't even realize that it was this good. They never expected it to be as good as it is. Yoshi's just chilling over there. What the heck, dude? Doesn't want to fight this Falco. He doesn't want to catch these hands. Bye. Come here. Come here, Pikachu. And there is like a really intense tier list for this game. So, check that out. Got him. Alright, Yoshi, what's up? What you doing down here, huh? Oh, I forgot Yoshi was broken. In this version of the Melee, I edited some of the game files, so Yoshi has infinite jumps. He's a little broken. It's okay, though. Everybody else is fine. It's just he can jump forever. Also, this stage, really hate this stage because the water, like, totally dominates you. Also, I'm not sure why there's the wooded theme in Congo Jungle. Some of this music's a little off as well. See, that just, like, totally wrecked Jigglypuff there. Got him. Can't recover from that, but oh, he can because he has ridiculous horizontal movement. Whew, stay away from that water. Got him. There we go. Cool. All right, this is the last bit here. It's a bunch of Game & Watches. So, here we go. Just enjoy this ridiculousness. Pretty much you just shine them. That's how you win. You said you had to get the shine off on them. Ta-da, only 71%, not bad. And I'm not sure if there's a boss battle at the end of this. Maybe. We'll find out real quick here. Probably not. But yeah, this is Melee. Pretty much the epitome of what's happening in this game. And I do have everything already unlocked using the client editor, so it's okay. But then you got this in credits thing, which is really fun to do, is you can shoot the words, which I'm not very good at. But yeah, you can get coins and stuff for this, which is kind of useless stuff, really. But it's a fun little mini game that is in this, and you can skip it by clicking start. You can just zoom through it. It's loads of fun. Such a great game. 32 hits. Wow. And then there's nice little cutscene here for congratulations for completing the game. Congratulations. Cool. And then it gives you some stuff, some trophies. Woohoo! And then it spits you back out. So, I'm going to do one versus match to just kind of show you guys the game. This is the character selection screen. So you got Mario characters here. You can read the names. You got random guy Captain Falcon, kind of a fun character. Ganondorf from the Link series, the Link and Zelda, Young Link as well. And you have Marth and Roy from the Fire Emblem series. Roy is garbage. Marth is high tier. You have Zelda, which also down B turns her into Sheik. Sheik is high tier. Zelda is low tier, garbage. Jigglypuff high tier, really good. Pichu low tier, Mewtwo low tier, which is kind of surprising because he's like supposed to be a god Pokemon, but whatever. Fox and Falco, top 2 in the game. Arguably, Falco should be the first. Wrote a paper on it. But this is the stage selection screen. However, there is tournament-specific stages which are set currently for random. So you have Yoshi's Story. You have Battlefield, Final Destination, Dreamland, and Pokemon Stadium are your primary first picks, and then you have counter pick stage of Fountain of Dreams, very laggy, not gonna use that stage. So, I really like Battlefield; it's the most neutral. But for Falco, Yoshi's Story is a better stage for his combo game and his killing power. So, you have platforms all this other things, I just fell off the stage because I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. But pretty much, this is just how you fight, as you just beat each other up. There's no diplomacy. There's nothing else here. There's just all-out brawl. But these guys are on like the lowest difficulty, so they're really easy to play against. There is a modded version of this game that makes the NPCs actually like almost realistic people. If I make more videos, I will show you guys that. But for right now, you just get plain old melee against the normal NPCs, this is what I would do like all the time whenever I would play by myself. Now, I was nowhere near as good, and I played with items before I learned about tournament settings and rules, which there's a difference between, at the bottom you can see we have little stocks. The point is, you have 4 stocks each, and you want to get rid of the opponent's 4 stocks before you lose your 4 stocks. And then as you hit your opponent, you give them damage, like percent. And then the more percent they have, the farther away they go, until they go so far that they can no longer recover, which he did because I didn't read the angle properly. It's alright. And I didn't. Randall. Ooh, nice DI away. They go off the side of the stage like that, and they die. And then they lose a stock, and they respawn on the top, fresh stock. And they're invincible for like about a second or two. And then they're back into it. But yeah, and then after you take all the stocks, you win. It goes through this screen. You get a little victory thing. And then it kind of gives you the stats of the game. And then that's melee, right? Yeah. That's all I really have for you guys. I do hope you enjoyed watching, and maybe you learned about a new game that you might want to play. It is technically 100% free on the PC. However, you do need a GameCube controller, and then the Wii U adapter, and then you just like plug it into your computer. You download Zgig to allow the computer to recognize your gamepad, which is what the Wii U GameCube port thing is default registered as, and it changes it to a controller like you would plug in an Xbox by USB, basically. And then it allows you to plug your GameCube controllers into your computer and play Melee. I highly recommend using a GameCube controller over the keyboard and mouse. I mean, it is technically possible, but it's very hard to do. So I did that for a while, and it sucked. I got decently good at it, but you can't do some of the more technical things like wave dashing and L canceling and stuff like that. And DI is like nearly impossible because you're using the keypads to walk instead of a joystick. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need to play Melee on the PC. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please come back for more content. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do more Melee videos. I might, because I just figured out how to actually record it well. I mean, probably the playback recording's kind of low quality. I would say probably 480. So it kind of like akins back to 2009 Melee, back when it looked terrible because there was no good recording capture devices or whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Super Smash Bros. Melee with oNerdd. But until then, I will catch you guys in the next video.